Hey, I'm finally done with my short film, and I can finally sleep. Yes, what's up, is a culture detective here investigating your favorite albums, and today I'm going to be doing another album review of 2024, and that is an album that I plan to review at the end of January, but I kept delaying because I am a procrastinator. Or actually, maybe I'm not a procrastinator. I'm just really busy. Okay, leave me alone. So today I'm going to be doing an album review of the new Akini Jing album, Villain, or her Mandarin name is朱婧汐, and Villain is also called in Mandarin 反派角色. So Akini Jing is a Chinese singer, songwriter, pop artist, and recently she is one of the many members who joined the Asian American music collective 88 Rising. And this is her new album. I've never heard of her name before, let alone her music, but her new album, Villain, sort of popped up on the Rate Your Music charts just for a tiny bit, just enough to make me notice, and now I shall talk about this music. So the album starts out with Fate, which is a nice violin intro, nothing fancy. We enter the track Black Widow, which immediately starts off with a sassy, dry track. It has a skeletal, dry percussion, subtle hits of synths, very deadpan performances. Right off the bat, I already didn't like the track because it feels kind of lame and one note. But upon listens, I think this track grew on me quite a bit, particularly because she actually displays a good sense of humor on this track. Essentially, what happens is that uh, in this track, she describes what happens in an action movie, especially in the quote unquote chorus where she's like, "打斗下面,打斗下面,打斗下面," like she's speeding up her own vocals in post. And what that lyric means, it means fighting scene, fighting scene, fighting scene, fighting scene. So it's literally the musical equivalent of, oh, do you know what's funny? Setup, 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 punchline, and you didn't say anything. You just said setup, 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 and punchline. And that's basically this song. She describes an action movie, but in the sense that it is an action movie. It is a very literal description, and I thought it's kind of funny. There's also almost kind of a, old school Hong Kong action film style going on around here, which is really fun. Following that, we have Call Me Shadow, which is pretty much following the same formula with some thumping beats, some Billie Eilish-esque ASMR vocals. The whole track feels very derivative of Billie Eilish's music, unfortunately. And then there's a dance beat break at the end, which I don't think is that great or anything. Following that, her style completely switches with the track Jade, where it is a slow, nice alternative R&B track. And the thing is, this track is very derivative of The Weeknd. This track might as well be a Weeknd song, except we also have Chinese flutes and sword sound effects on this track, which are pretty good. I love hearing Chinese classical instruments being mixed with modern, I guess, more Western flavors of music. It's really interesting, but overall, the whole track just comes together very mediocre. Then we have Villain. After an interlude, we hear this art pop track. On this track, she tries her hands on some rapping, and it's okay. It's far from great, however. And then we have the second half of the track, which suddenly becomes very hard hitting. We have some really dry, bouncy beats, and we have this guest feature who provides some British rapping, and it's really energetic, very fiery, and single handedly saved the track. Following that, we have Hurt You Again, and it's a very low key, quiet track with Chinese woodwinds and strings and sweet and lovely vocal harmonies as well. It starts off amazing, it's very beautiful, but then it's just a little bit too long. The track overstays its welcome, and it just loses its beauty with its repetition. Finally, we have the last two tracks on the album, and these two tracks are essentially epic, speedy club banging ragers. They sound like soundtracks to a Chinese fighting video game. The first of which, Seven Deadly Punches, is very fun with its big drum hits, fiery chopped up tones, and dramatic synths. However, the latter of the two, Peacock Feather Fatality, just sound like more of the same. It takes a while to build up the hype of the track, and then when it builds up to this drum and bass climax, it just fizzles out immediately. So, yeah, overall, this album is just kind of here and there. If it's not derivative of other artists that we have heard already, then it's the fact that she changes her style constantly between every single track. There is versatility, but it is just too inconsistent. But hopefully, she will continue on to develop her sound and style in future albums. I'm giving this album light 6 out of 10. So have you listened to the new Akini Jing album? Comments below, let me know, subscribe if you want more, and thanks for watching.